Welcome back to another 10 with Ken on location at the 2015 Ontario University's Fair. This week, let's take a look at some of the interesting ways institutions are bringing their campus to life here in Toronto. For years, many booths at the fair, such as OCAD's, McMaster's, and Windsor's, have featured large, full-color photography of campus. In recent years, the booths have increasingly featured large monitors to present full-motion video of the campus.
Our big change in terms of presence at UOIT was in 2010 with the brand new multimedia booth. What has evolved more recently has been more visual presence, more videos, because we have a beautiful campus, obviously. 765 acres surrounded by 5-lake golf course and a supervised beach.
In addition to a single dominant image, Nipissing's booth also features videos of campus. At the corners of the University of Ottawa's booth are large monitors set on end, often divided into 3 to show a variety of campus images. Trent University's booth also features large monitors with aerial video of campus.
One of the things we've done this year, I hope you've noticed, Ken, is we've changed the booth.
Yes.
We've given it a real makeover.
And the big screen is certainly the biggest one on the floor. You guys, I don't know if it's actually a jumbotron, but it has that feeling to it.
Some people joke about Trent being Oxford on the autonomy. So far as I know, it's true. I'm the only president of a university college in Canada that has a kayak in my office.
Although Brock University's booth hasn't changed much since 2 years ago, what they have done is add a large video wall of motion graphics.
We know, at least from our perspective, what we want to do is get them on our campus to show them that what we're showing you on screen is exactly what you're going to get when you get to the university. And for us, that's what counts.
Wilfrid Laurier's booth took the large video monitor to a new level with a touchscreen virtual map of campus. So we're here with Alison McLaren at the Laurier University booth to show us a new interactive touchscreen display that shows a map of campus.
So it's a virtual map, and I've got the Brantford screen up here. So for example, if they wanted to see one of our residence buildings, I can click on Expositor Place Residence, and it'll bring up not only where the residence building is, but then it also shows some photos where you can go through and you can see what the building itself looks like. This is Freshco, so how close the closest grocery store is. Golden Brown's Coffee House is in one of our buildings. So this is the new Laurier SafeHawk app. This is for students on campus. So you can get a campus map that will then show you the same way that our screen shows you all of the different buildings that we have, and you can click on them and get photos and information about those different buildings. It's BlackBerry, Android, and iPhone, and it is a free app.
2 years ago, we showed you Laurentian's 5D room, where they attempted to recreate in miniature stations the campus experience. And they were back again this year at the UOIT. This is a pretty unusual setup for a presentation room, obviously.
This is what we like to call our 5D or presentation room. What I like to tell students is that it's one of the only universities in Ontario that has its own private beach. I tell students that this would be typically a first-year room area, whether you're in a single room or a double room. So we like to put a couple of pictures here of our actual Laurentian moments, which are kind of on the side here. But one of our bigger features is, of course, our Unitieni Gold Olympic-sized swimming pool.
One exciting new technology we heard about this year is in UOIT's presentation room, where they're using Oculus Rift virtual reality technology to give students a campus tour here in downtown Toronto. Let's take a look.
But what's even better than the virtual tour is virtual reality.
This is Kevin Gabriel, a student recruitment officer at UOIT. What's the reaction so far from students?
People seem to really like it. Most people, the Oculus Rift is kind of like something they've heard about, maybe they've seen about it on the news or whatever, but most people haven't had a chance to do it yet since it's not the consumer version on the market. So people have been coming in sometimes just because they heard there was a Rift here. Some people have come in, they don't know anything about it, and they walk out being like, wow, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen. So people seem to really be enjoying it.
It is pretty cool. It creates a much more interactive feeling of being on campus, obviously.
So all this content is available in the virtual tour on the website. You would be just viewing it as like a panoramic picture, like the kind of thing you would see in Street View on Google Maps. Obviously, the benefit of seeing it here is that you can put the Rift on so you can see it yourself.
All right, so yes, woo. So if I point at the crime scene house, it takes me right into the crime scene. This is creepy. The dead body on the bed. And the UOIT Forensic Science logo beside the bedstand.
We tried to just do photography of as much of the school as we could, so things like residence rooms, laboratories, gyms, lecture halls. And so as students come up, we just ask them what program they're interested in and then show them kind of the types of classes or labs that they would be sitting inside. We are giving away these Google Cardboards as well, where you can take this home with you. You can put just your smartphone inside it and then load it up on the virtual tour. The point of this is to be like, look at the awesome facilities we have. Maybe you want to come see them in person, and then obviously we can show them more when they come for an open house or a tour.
And is the Rift something you can take with you to school UIPs as well, or is it just going to be for the fair?
It's a bit tricky because it requires an internet connection. We've got the computer, the Oculus, the TV, everything like that. But yeah, our goal is to bring it to some high schools so that people can experience it there as well.
One of the challenges of presenting a virtual campus tour to prospective students is that they don't just want to see your buildings, they'd like to see the students inhabiting your campus as well. 2 years ago, St. Francis Xavier demonstrated an innovative new technology when they set up a video wall in the skywalk outside the Ontario University Fair, broadcasting a live feed from their campus in which students could participate in Skype interviews with faculty and students who were still on campus. For the universities inside the fair, often bringing hundreds of students and faculty with them, this wasn't necessary. But for an out-of-province school, this was an interesting approach to bringing the reality of a campus experience right to Toronto. Thanks again for taking 10 with me. Please subscribe to the Eduvation channel on YouTube or the 10 with Ken podcast on iTunes. For exclusive early access, subscribe to my email newsletter, The Eduvation Loop. I hope to see you next time. They want a sense of the students who inhabit your school. Pool. That was very close. How far is that cutting me off?
Then you're too big in the frame.
I have to crouch. You're still recording, aren't you? This is all a solid blooper now.